and watch the step cook.
You want 17 birds? Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Hit my line if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. I know a guy if you want 17 birds. Big ring, I play for the 17 birds. Yeah, I'm from the 17.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, before we get into the meat and potatoes, I got to let y'all know it's real cold outside now. So grab your Hurt Season beanies. The link will be in the description, all of that good stuff. Shout out to y'all. It's been some good football games on today. So the only games I've really been looking at, you know what I mean, was the Vikings and the Bills game, the Giants and the Texans game, and on right now at halftime is 14-14, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Packers. I just want to say one thing right now. Whoever beat the Minnesota Vikings this season must be elite. Must be elite. We've been hearing all of this primetime Kirk Cousins, the Vikings not real. We've been hearing a lot of stuff. A lot of people put their foot in their mouth about the Vikings, while the Vikings was 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. A lot of people been disrespecting them over the course of, you know what I mean, the season, and discrediting one of our wins, one of the most important wins of the season. And it's turning out to be that way. Listen, man, the Minnesota Vikings was in an absolute slugfest against the Buffalo Bills. It went to overtime. Josh Allen, 7 turnovers in 3 games. You know what I mean? He is playing himself out of MVP consideration, if you ask me. That game was important because that game lets me know if Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts should be comparable this season, and it lets me know if the Minnesota Vikings was for real. And the Minnesota Vikings are for real, and it's a win that I'm very, very proud of this season. Like I said, we're the only ones to beat these guys. 8-1. We the only one to give them a blemish on their record while we 8-0. I mean, it makes perfect sense for us to be happy about a win like this as Philadelphia Eagles fans. And, you know, in the fashion that these guys won this game, it bumps Jalen Hurts up in the MVP race, man. It bumps him up in the MVP race. Now, if you're asking me, it's between Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm not mad at anybody else being, you know, considered, you know, in the conversation and in the topic for those things. Had to have Dak Prescott with 2 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. You know, the Packers got a good defense. They playing those guys tough. You know, of course we want the Packers to win as Eagles fans. We're looking for some space. The Bills were supposed to give us some space this week. You know what I mean? They couldn't get the job done. The Texans were supposed to give us some space. They couldn't get the job done. Although that was an entertaining game. It was closer than the score may indicate. Well, the Texans turned the ball over a lot in the red zone in that game. And the Dallas Cowboys, hopefully we can get Aaron Rodgers to help us get some space. But this is what it's looking like, man. I want y'all to be mindful of this. This is what it's looking like. It's looking like you got to finish your own food. That's the name of the game. We cannot expect anybody to do us no favors in the NFC. Look at the guys we need favors from. We need favors from the second best record in the league at 8-1. Seems like we're the only ones that could beat them. We need favors from the New York Giants, 7-2. You know what I mean? We still got to play them. We need favors from the Dallas Cowboys. We already beat them, but they still close in the rankings. You know what I mean? We got to handle our own business. That's what it boils down to. I'm just glad that the NFC East is no longer being disrespected. It's respect being put on the NFC East name. You know what I mean? And listen, shout out to the Vikings. I'm not worried about the Vikings. You know what I mean? I know that they can't beat us in the postseason, but the number 1 seed is on the line. You know what I mean? We own the tiebreaker, but we just looking for space. Tomorrow I'll be watching Monday Night Football from one of my favorite cities. I'll let y'all know what city I'm in when I get there. I don't like to, you know, talk about where I'm going while I'm traveling. You know what I mean? It just don't make sense to me. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, man, I'm going to take a couple days, just some new scenery, shoot some content. It's going to be real dope. It's going to be nice. I'm flying out early in the morning, man. You know what I mean? Had a busy weekend, man. Took a little 2-day off from you know, the content. But we back in motion. We back in the swing of things. And this is what I want you to understand. Whoever beat the Minnesota Vikings got to be elite. Let me know what you think in the comments, man.